everybody. So this is gonna be my first NECA themed video on this channel because I've been collecting NECA for about a little over a year now, and I finally got my hands on the last Ultimate Freddy I needed to complete my collection, which was the Ultimate Freddy A Nightmare on Elm Street. So I'm very excited about that. So without further ado, let's go ahead with our unboxing. So this is the box for the first one, the newest one I got today. Now this is from lot 24, so it does look a little different from the original release. Alright everybody, he is officially out of the box. Now I want to start off with the accessories first, because this of all three probably has some of my favorite accessories from the three. Of course the fedora hat has, these aren't all the boxes, they pretty much look the same. Maybe there's like slight difference in some of them, but they pretty much look the same. Next we have this little mask. And I was trying to decide this was real or fake because we watched a couple of videos and unboxing, and one of the ways I could tell was the eyebrow colors on this is brown, which is what it's supposed to be, and the fake had like red or something on there. Next we had the phone here, and a lot of detail incredibly in the phone, guys. Another way I could tell this was real is because it kind of moves and the tongue looks different than the fake one. The fake one tongue looks completely different. A lot of detail on the phone though. One of my favorite accessories from all three. Next we have our heads. Again, another way I could tell mine was real and not a fake is just the look of this one. If you're ever curious about if yours are real or fake, I would seriously compare it and look at other videos. That's the way I kind of tell for mine. Along with other releases, kind of tell the difference. And here he is, his head. Other head. A lot of detail in this one. And his last accessory is this little hand. And the green was a little bit different in the fake one as well, and a little bit bigger, if that makes sense. So that's another way I can kind of tell that this was a real one. And last but not least, Freddy himself. Now, one way I could also tell he was real really is because of this color here. The fake one was a lot more darker, and this one had this kind of bronze color. But this is what he looks like up close. This is his skin, his sweater, which is another way you can tell if this is real or fake, because the sweater on the other one was completely different and really mismatched with everything. And on the bottom of his shoe, it does have the NECA logo. Clear as day. Alright, so this is the second Freddy we got, which is an answer to Freddy's Revenge. And this is the biggest box out of all three of them for very good reason. And a way you can tell if you have a real version of this is easily because this box is a lot brighter than the fake version, which is a little bit darker. Alright, so here's everything out of box. First and foremost, start off with the accessories. It does come with a fire you can actually attach to him, which we will when I get to him. And you can tell if you have a real or fake version of this as well by the fire. The fake fire looks a little different, a little off compared to this one. It comes with this little glove. Of course, you have his classic fedora. It does look a little different than the first one. Not a whole lot, but that's his fedora. His first little head of him screaming. And the detail that really goes in this one is so much. And again, there's a big difference between the real and fake version of this, especially with little brain and details on this face in particular. It comes with his little second head here. And with this one, why this box is so big is it comes with these two little dogs. And again, a way you can tell if you have a real or fake version of this is the paint job of the dogs themselves. This has a really good paint job, and they just look quite creepy. And then of course you have the Freddy. Now first and foremost, the skin is so different from the first one. And his sweater is a little bit different. Actually, I like the sweater better on this one. And here is his glove. Again, the detail on the skin is also right here, a way you can tell if you're a real or fake version. And his eyes, he does have the side eye face on this one as well. And as promised, here is Freddy with his fire. Alright, so this is the last of the 3 boxes, and this is my favorite box out of the 3. I really like it, especially because this is one of my favorite posters of the entire Freddy franchise. And again, a way that you can tell if you have a real or fake version of this is the color of this little part right here. It is different on the fake than it is the real. Alright, and this is Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Freddy out of his box. Now, one of my favorite things about this Freddy in particular when it comes to accessories is his gloves. These are my favorite gloves out of all 3 of them. I just like the look of them. I do think this little detail right here on this particular one is pretty cool. I really like that you can put it on both hands. It also comes with this little mini little Freddy. I put him on his stand, but he's not exactly standing on it, so he's kind of falling over, but this is what he looks like. Yeah. He also comes with this little house, and this is also another way to spot if you have a real or fake, is the house on the real, it looks really different than it does on the fake. The amount of detail that goes in this one in particular is just so much detail. And then of course you have his hat. Again, I think if you were to ask me, this is probably the best hat of all 3 of them, even though it does not look really any different to anyone. I just like the look of this hat more than the other 2. And then you also have a little chest piece here. And if you look closely enough, you'll see they are little Freddy little faces on him. And you can put this on the Freddy as well. It just like pops on. And you can only comes with one face this time around, and it is this little one here. And again, this is another way to tell if you're real or fake, is the paint job and quality on the fake is completely different than you get right here, especially on the teeth. Alright, so this is the 3rd and final Freddy from the Ultimas. And one of the first things you may notice is his skin is different. It looks like a combination from the first 2 if you ask me. And his sweater looks a little bit different, a little bit more roughed up than the other 2 in comparison. And with his sweater also becoming a thing off, like you can put that on there. You can see the line clearly here, which doesn't take too much away from the figure, but again, that is extremely noticeable to me. His glove also looks pretty cool in this. I do like the way it's kind of slanted. I do like the kind of rusted look of this. And again, you can tell if you have a real or fake with his glove on this one, and the sweater looks a little bit different. And his skin as well. Paint job is a big tell if you have a good real or fake. Of course, he does also have his NECA and his logo stuff on the bottom of his shoe, like all my figures do. And he is from lot 16. I'm gonna go over how I'm ranking these Ultimas. So for videos like this in the future that I may do, I do want to say I am ranking about the overall Ultimate, not just the Freddy, like including the box, how easy it is to get out and put everything back in, all of that fun stuff, because I noticed some are easier to put out and everything than others in all the NECA figures I own. So that's kind of how I'm ranking them, especially with the overall Ultimates, including the accessories. So with that being said, at number 3, I have A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. Now, he is at number 3 because out of all the 3, he is probably the most annoying to get out open, and his glove in this one likes to fly all over the box. It's hard to kind of put back in place for me. So that's kind of why he's there. Although I do think his look is pretty cool, overall his accessories are just not my favorite. And I do think the dollars are cool. I just think the other 2 accessories are better. But I do think he is pretty cool. I still think he looks pretty good. He's just not my favorite of the 3. Number 2, I have A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors Freddy. Now, although this is my favorite box and he has my favorite accessories, and it is actually the smallest box of all the 3, fun fact, And he is pretty easy, and as you can kind of see when stuff is put back, it doesn't jiggle everywhere like that other one does. But I have to say, what brings him down is the look of Freddy himself. This is my least favorite glove that comes onto Freddy, and his skin is probably weakest of the three in my opinion. And he does, on the side here, it is very noticeable as well, and I see and hold him. So if those were kind of fixed, he would be number one, but unfortunately they're not. But he still is a pretty cool figure, and this is one of my first NECA figures. Special place in my heart for him, but I still think he is pretty cool. And at number one, I have the newest, which is the original A Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy. Now, first of all, I love this box here. I think it looks pretty cool. And again, the accessories are pretty cool in this one, and they stay in the box. They don't go everywhere, and this is from lot 24, if I didn't mention. And with that, he also has a really cool glove. This is my favorite glove, all three Freddys. Like, the amount of detail that goes into it is really cool. And I like the look of his sweater in this one a lot. And I like the look of his skin. I think is the best of the three in my opinion. So he has everything that I would fix about the third one in my opinion. So that is why he is my number one. So let me know if you guys have any of these figures or Ultimates. Do you have a favorite? Do you not have a favorite? Comment down below, and I'll see you guys soon with a brand new video. Oh, and just in case anyone wanted to see what the inside of the box actually looked like, again, as you can see, everything kind of moves in this one.